How's it going, everybody? This is Derek Brown Jr. with the Good Relationships Podcast, Episode 3, and I'm going to get right into the topic today. So the topic today is, when is the right time for a relationship? I'm going to let that sink in a little bit. So you may be thinking, why is there ever really a good time for a relationship, or should you just jump into anything? Yes, there's exactly a right time for a relationship. It's just that people decide to jump into relationships at the wrong time so often that everything gets so misconstrued. So you may think, well, how can there be a right time for relationships if everybody else is on a different timeline? And that's exactly true. So everyone has a different timeline in life, but if you notice that people getting into relationships, their timelines are matching up with other people's timelines in order to create the best relationship for themselves. For example, if you have somebody who just finished college and they're looking to start their business, and you have someone else who just got into college, it may not be the right time for either of these people to be in a relationship together, even if they have interest in each other. Though, you may have someone who is also entering college and they find this other person who's interested in them that is entering college, then that may actually work out. So it's two separate scenarios of people at two different places in life, and the one that works out better is the one that's in the same place in life. And so my point in all of this is to say, when is the right time for anyone to get in a relationship with anyone else? And the right time will be the time where you are at the best in your life or the worst in your life. Now, you may think, well, how can it either be the worst or the best? Well, you will actually receive love when you're either not looking for it at all or when you need it the most. So if you're somebody who is working on themselves, developing yourself to the best that you can be, you're not even focused on relationship, you're working hard at work, you're trying to move up in the ranks, you're working out every day, you're eating healthy, you're setting goals, you're crushing those goals, then out of nowhere, you meet someone, then it's the right time for you. Because you're at this place in life where you're feeling good and your energy is just getting given off to people that you're a good person, that you're in a good place in life and people want to be around that. And you're going to hopefully find someone that's also on the same wavelength as you, who's doing the same thing, so that you can match up with them. If you're the kind of person that is dating someone who is not on the same wavelength as you, you'll quickly realize that that may not work out for the best. For example, you may have someone who's doing really great in their world of work, or they're super successful, I'll say that, and then you have someone who's not as successful at all, and they're really dependent upon one person. That can be cool and all, and there's nothing against that if you really love someone and you really see this person's potential, but it can actually start to affect a relationship if one person is so dependent upon the other person. And like I said, it's not that it can't work, but you most naturally want to be with somebody that you can equally support and, equally share the same kind of experiences with each other. Like, you can be able to show the same kind of love, and the love may not be like money or anything like that, but if you're constantly dependent on someone else, then how can you really show them how you really feel about them, how you really care about them, unless you show them through the experience of you developing yourself to be the best that you can. And in my experience, if you're constantly dependent on someone without even growing just even a little bit, then you're kind of not doing the best you can. You're not even really moving forward. You're kind of just using that person as a crutch. And once again, if you're the kind of person that wants to be in a relationship with someone where you're really trying to build this person up and you see that potential, that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that, because this, it's your life, it's your happiness. But I haven't found anyone who likes to be that person who's constantly being the one that is dependent on, and they're constantly pouring money into people and not really seeing their investment pay off, especially not in love, or them just out of nowhere treating them phenomenally better. Like, they actually don't treat them much better than someone that would have all of that stuff. And that's kind of the crazy thing. But back to the right time point. If it's the wrong time for you, then this time will look like you're in a place where you're constantly feeling alone all the time. You're constantly feeling down. You're constantly feeling sad and depressed, maybe. You kind of feel like you don't have much direction in life. You're looking at all these other relationships and you're like, oh, why me? You're feeling like you're missing out on something big. You feel like you're late to the show. And if that's you, then it's just not the right time to be pursuing a relationship. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. There's plenty of people in this world that will love you. There's so many people in the world that there's definitely one person that will go to the ends of the earth for you. It's just not the right time. And it's so cool to understand that once you realize that it's okay to be single. Like, once you accept that singleness is actually a gift in itself, then you'll really start to appreciate those times where you are alone and you're not in those relationships. And I'm not being pro singleness, though I have found that when I've been single, it's been the times where I've been able to focus on my dreams the most. It's been the time where I've been able to spend more time with my friends and my loved ones more. And though you'll get sick and tired of that too if you do that for too long, but at the same time, you'll be creating those kind of memories too that you'll cherish and you won't ever, forget. And you'll create those same moments in relationships too, romantic relationships, but it's just a little bit different because you know that your family is going to be around. You know that your friends are going to be around for the long haul. Hopefully your friends will be around for the long haul. And if you are in those romantic relationships, those are usually the times where, some people put their dreams on hold. Some people start to backtrack in life. Some people start to put that person before their needs and before their goals, and they think that it's the right thing to do, but it may not be the right person to do that for, and you start to suffer because of that. You start to realize that that person that you're investing all this time into is not really giving you any signs that it's really worth their time. And what I mean by that is, if you have a goal of I'll just use starting a business again. If you have a goal of starting a business and you want to open some kind of daycare or cupcake shop, I don't know, and that this has been your dream like forever, and you're on the right track, and you meet someone and their dream is not that. Their dream is to be a firefighter, I don't know, and you're like helping them out with their dream. Then you slowly start to realize that, okay, well, maybe I can do both. Maybe I can support this person and them being a firefighter, and I can open my cupcake shop and everything can be okay. But some people get so intertwined into these relationships that they completely lose themselves in them and they forget about their dreams. And you may think, well, isn't that the goal, to find a relationship where you can lose yourself? And it's like, well, yeah, that's cool and all. You should appreciate those relationships to the fullest, because not everybody gets those relationships where they can be all in love and be completely like head over heels for someone. But if you are in that kind of relationship, just be careful not to completely lose yourself and give all of your time to this person and not really be transparent on what you want in your dreams, because it can backfire if you go too long in that direction and you forget about what you actually want. And you'll slowly realize that as you're spending so much time with this person, and you may even be supporting their dreams to the fullest, you'll start to realize that a little bit of unhappiness is kind of seeping into your life. And what that looks like is you're looking at this person reach their goals and their dreams, and you're proud of them 100%. But you start to realize, like, oh, I'm so happy for them, but I feel like something's missing in my life. And to me, that's your subconscious or your intuition telling you that you need to follow your dreams. You need to pursue your life's goals, because that's what's going to actually lead to your happiness. It would be really foolish for us all to believe that relationships will ultimately lead to our happiness. And a lot of people feel like that's the goal in life, to find like one single person and soulmate, and they can't even go through a day without thinking about a relationship, versus you being able to support someone and this person be able to equally support you in your dreams and goals. Then both of you guys are working towards your dreams and goals, which is going to create that feeling of happiness inside of you. And once you have that feeling of happiness inside of you, it makes it so much easier to love the person that has been supporting you along the way. And I hope that makes sense, because the whole goal, in my opinion, as a person who wants to actually find and create happiness, is to work towards the things that they love to do, and they can spend every day doing what they love and do that thing with the person that they love. So if you can find someone who can support your dreams and support your goals to the fullest and be able to love you while also pursuing their goals and their dreams and not completely investing all of their time with you, then that is what you want. And if the timing is the right time, then it's going to be such a smooth relationship. It's going to be such a good thing. It's going to create so many joyful moments you're not even going to understand. Like, how is this person so perfect for me? Because the person that you meet at the right time, you're going to be such in a good state of happiness. Your vibes are going to be so good. You're not gonna really even pick up on the silly things that you used to care about. You're not even going to allow certain things to piss you off. You're not even going to allow certain things to, get to you. You're just going to overlook a lot of things, and you're going to really appreciate that person more for who they are, because you're going to be in such a good place that you're going to just accept that it is the right time for you to be in a relationship. And that's what you want. If you're a guy and you're at a place in life where you're thinking about women all the time, and you're thinking, well, a woman is going to make me happy, or I should use women as motivation to reach my goals or be successful, then sure, you could do that. But I can almost guarantee you that that kind of motivation is not everlasting, and it's not going to be fulfilling. You want to basically allow yourself in the future, or your best self in the future, the person that you can see yourself being that's successful, you want that to be the motivation. And along the way, you'll realize that is also the person that women will be attracted to. So if you're the kind of guy who wants this amazing woman in your life, and you can't understand why women are not attracted to you, or you're just not having good luck with women, then just take a step back. Just accept that it might not be the right time for me to pursue a relationship, but this could be the right time for me to pursue my dreams and for me to work on myself as an individual, because once I do that, then I guarantee that there will be women attracted to me, because they'll realize that I have goals in life and I have ambition and I have things that I'm passionate about and I'm working towards. And if you have those things going for you, then there's no way there isn't one person in this world that will be attracted to that. And there's so many things that you actually do want to do. You just want someone to be excited for you and someone to spend the congratulation moments with you. And I guarantee you'll meet friends along the way of the opposite sex, but you can't always think, oh, this is someone that could be the soulmate, or you can't always think, oh, this is the one that I need to pursue, or I should try to sleep with this girl, because that's just going to put you back into that mindset that's not going to lead you to success. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't have a stable financial situation and you don't have a plan in your life, then why would it even make sense for you to bring somebody else into your life? That just doesn't make sense to me. You're basically setting yourself up for failure, and you're going to be overreaching in a relationship that you don't even have full control over, because you're not even going to feel like your best self in the beginning of the relationship. And as you're like trying to figure out yourself during the relationship, you're not going to be really growing the best that you could if you were single. And I say that because as you're single, you don't have any other people to worry about. You don't have to worry about someone who's at home or someone who's out anywhere else and you're like worried about them. You can just focus on what you're doing in that moment, and how to like become great at everything you're doing. And the cool thing about that is, it's like when you're working on yourself and developing yourself as a human being, once you develop the skills that you've been working on behind the scenes, as I like to call it, and then you're becoming like this amazing person, woman or man, I don't know, developing your cooking skills, learning a new instrument or language, or you're traveling and gaining new lifestyle experiences, whatever, you're increasing your business aptitude. These are things that once you are at the right place in life to date, you can take back into the dating world and show those things off, show those qualities off. So if you're single right now, I just really want you to appreciate that. I really want you to appreciate singleness, because this is the perfect time to create your best self, to invest in yourself. You know, don't spend all of your money out at the bars trying to find someone that won't be the right one for you. Take some time and invest in yourself.